The only people who should be paying over the MSRP for the X100VI are YouTubers who didn't get an agreement with Fujifilm to review it and need to get their video out as soon as possible. So if you aren't one of those people, just don't do it. Well, hello friends. Welcome back. This is going to be a short, kind of rambly video about the new Fujifilm X100VI. Things have changed since I made my last video about the X100 series, problems with trying to get an X100V, and also some of their shortcomings with that camera system, and also how to get an X100V, which is still valid advice, by the way. So if you want to check that out, make sure you look at this video over here. Now, the reason I'm making this video is just because I want to sort of update what we talked about and share some additional thoughts now that we have a new camera. So, what's new? Well, more megapixels, more IBIS, and more money. Pretty simple, right? What's not new though is the delivery problems and the just general hardness of being able to get one. So I mentioned in the previous video how Fujifilm said that they want to expand production with the X100 series. What I guess we didn't know back then is they weren't really just talking about the X100V, they were talking about the next one, which is the one we have now, which is the X100VI. Now many websites are reporting about all kinds of different delivery schedules, about how it might be delivered in late April or who knows what, and to be honest, this is really difficult to know at this point. First of all, we've got a new Fujifilm factory, most likely, that we're dealing with, so there could be some teething problems in the early stages of production which could delay the manufacturing, and that's of course on the Fujifilm side. In addition to that, there's a lot of factors that could delay shipping. You know, we're not that far away from the COVID pandemic and all the supply chain problems that we had then, and there are some geopolitical issues that have been causing disruptions in global shipping. That being said, I think the general consensus is that we're looking at about a couple of months of slow deliveries before this camera starts to become available for sale in regular stores. But I think the really interesting thing to talk about is what should you do? So the way I see it is you have two options. Number one is to wait and use what you got. If you already have a camera, especially a Canon camera, there are ways to get cool looks out of it. And in fact, if you subscribe to this channel, I'm going to be coming out with a video very soon showing you how to get cool Fujifilm recipes, or at least similar, in Canon cameras. So stay tuned for that. But if you're just stir crazy about getting an X100, and now that we know what the new one is looking like, you're a bit open to other options, I think the best thing to do right now is to get a different one. I am a very happy owner of my X100F, and I have owned many other X100 cameras. I've actually owned every single one of them except for the X100T, and I mean, my opinion is maybe a little bit biased because I really like this camera system, but I think every single X100 is good. Okay, but I need to be a bit realistic because some of you guys aren't Luddites like me and probably don't get along very well with older technology. I think the X100F is probably the oldest camera that I think most people will just, get along with in terms of its technology level. So this is a good one to look at. And now that people know about the X100 situation, this is actually quite good because the prices have started to adjust accordingly. If you're interested in picking up an X100F, I would highly suggest not paying more than around 1,000 euros or dollars for it in tip-top condition. And I'll pop up a table on the screen right now with what I think are appropriate low-risk prices for other X100 cameras. Now, okay, maybe you want to have warranty. That's of course probably one of the biggest reasons why the X100VI is selling like crazy, because, well, I understand people's misappetite for buying a used camera, especially because these series of cameras, they have a habit of breaking a lot, and I've experienced that quite a few times. So yes, you can actually buy a used X100 camera from many of the different series from websites like MPB and KEH with a warranty. It's usually not as long as the manufacturer warranty, and sometimes it can't be extended, but it does at least give you peace of mind for the first little bit of your ownership. I'm of the opinion that the X100VI represents obviously the best version of this series that has come out, but also one that's, you know, really quite refined and livable for an extended period of time. Given the previous refresh cycle around 4 years between the X100V and the X100VI, it's going to be a while until we see a new one, so from now until probably 10 years from now, you could be very confident, unless anything weird goes with it, that this camera will fulfill all your needs. And if you're patient and wait until you get it, you're going to be really satisfied and happy with it, and that's excellent. All that is to say, I think we should be really excited for the X100VI. It's definitely been a long-awaited camera, and I think fulfills a lot of the needs of people who want it, and the hype is absolutely crazy. But that's a good thing, because it means Fujifilm is probably going to be around for a long time coming. Thanks for tuning in, you guys, to this rambly video. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye-bye.